on American artifacts, a visit to the Newseum in Washington, D.C., to see the exhibit Three Shots Were Fired.
This exhibit explores how the news media covered the events that commenced on November 22nd, 1963 in Dallas, with the arrival of President Kennedy, followed by his assassination, the capture of his accused assassin, the murder of that assassin, and ultimately the funeral of President Kennedy. The Newseum here in Washington is a place where we look at the history of news, the history of journalism, history through the news. We take a peek at how news is the first rough draft of history, and we couple that with a great examination of how that all connects to the First Amendment. And so that is what you really get in Three Shots Were Fired. The exhibit here takes its title from the UPI Bulletin, the very first breaking news, which indicates, as you can see over here, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade today in downtown Dallas. So we have the copy of that, as well as the typewriter that the reporter who broke that news used and had with him on his trip to Dallas. Merriman Smith was the UPI reporter and head of the White House press corps, and he was riding in the lead press car with a few other people. It was equipped with what was called a radio telephone at the time. And as soon as they heard what at first might have been considered backfire, but was ultimately pretty recognizable, he picked up the phone and got on the line with his bureau and started reporting. And this is the news that went out on the wire sort of instantaneously. And we have a teletype machine that demonstrates what the wire machines looked like during that era. Also a TV camera from Dallas, from KRLD, which was the CBS affiliate in Dallas at the time. Some reporters' notebooks, cameras, all of these things used at the time. And we think now about the fact that we've got, the fastest breaking news, and things can be tweeted and they're out on the website immediately. But something I find really interesting as one of the objects is the newspaper over here, which hit the presses so quickly that it simply reports that the president has been shot in its headline. They went to presses so fast that they had to do subsequent editions to report that the president had died.
For more information about Three Shots Were Fired and the Newseum, visit their website, newseum.org. You can watch American History TV's American Artifacts online anytime. Go to cspan.org/history.